Ladies and gentlemen, Armin, I gotta make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, our meeting begins in 5 minutes. What a great time to get your lunch, get your seat, and get ready for the show.
Jenny, I mentioned to him you want to hand it over. After we introduce you to the picture. No, it just...
Hey, Coach Joe, 2-minute warning.
Hey team, game time. I call this meeting of Oakland Rotary number 3 to order. Welcome to Oakland Rotary number 3, the third oldest Rotary club in the world. Gosh, it got quiet out there. I'm Joe Goralka, President, retired CPA and CFO at East Bay Restaurant Supply, and you can call me Coach Joe. Around the world, there are more than 45,000 Rotary clubs with 1.2 million Rotarians in over 200 countries, providing more than 47 million service hours. Most cities you can think of have a Rotary Club. We have both local and global impact. We gather as business and community leaders to make a difference in the world and here in Oakland, to support each other and to support each other's businesses and for some fellowship and fun. Welcome, thank you for being here, either in person or online. I'd like to start off by introducing any visiting Rotarians. Do we have any visiting Rotarians? If you'd please stand. Please introduce yourself.
I'm John Avakian, a Rotarian in Healdsburg, up the road a piece, but I've moved to the Regulus, which is about 3/4 of a mile up Lake Merritt, and this is my first meeting, and it was challenging to get through the fence when you walk, but I'm here. Thank you.
I understand you're a past president of the Hillsburg Club. Well, I hope we can find a way to make you navigate that fence more often. Do we have any other visiting Rotarians? And now I'd like to introduce any guests of Rotarians. Do we have any Rotarians that have a guest? And if you do, please tell us your name, business title, and then introduce your guest. No guests today? Wow. Oh, here we go. Fred?
Hi, I'm Carrie.
I'll introduce Carrie Morgan, who is a guest of David Morgan, who will soon be a new Rotarian. Carrie's wonderful, she's right there, and a great golfer. Say hi to Carrie.
Welcome, Carrie. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. Now, please welcome Daniel Mason, Senior Associate Architect at Piatech Architects. Daniel is here to give us a thought for the day.
Hi, everyone. So someone once told me that as an architect, I must have a wide breadth of knowledge. And while that was a compliment, and to some extent it's true, I would be nothing without leaning on a depth of knowledge of everyone involved in my projects. The consultants, the engineers, my client, everyone involved. As a parent of a 13-year-old daughter and 16-year-old son, I rely on my breadth of knowledge and life experience to be a good father to them. But I rely on their depth of knowledge of the modern world to understand really what's going on in the younger generation. Without them, I would really kind of be lost. I'm super excited to be part of this club. I'm a new member. A lot of you have probably never met me, and I'm really excited to meet all of you. I'm excited because as a collective, we're a collection of depths. Each one of us has a deep lived experience and pool of knowledge that we've gained through our professions and our lives. And as a collective, we can rise up and solve almost any challenge together. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. If we could get a handheld microphone up to the stage, thank you, Fred. Just about. They'll get you a handheld. Thank you. So please welcome Jeannie Mininger. Janine, I got it right now. Yep. Thank you, Janine. Yes. Please welcome Janine Mininger, a retired computer scientist and real estate developer, currently a performer and band leader. Jeannie is here to give her 3-minute Rotary introduction and claim her blue badge.
Thank you very much. Thank you, President Joe and my fellow Rotarians. You're going to learn a little bit about me in the next 3 minutes. No more, no less. There's a slide coming up somewhere, if I recall, but I have it. Is it on the screen? Yes? No? I'll just start. I'm transgender. I brought my little flag here today, the blue and I went through the whole process, completed it in 1995. It was a great success. Happy and proud to be and loving Oakland and the diversity. I'm a golfer. Yes, thank you very much. I'm a golfer, and I'm equally proud of that. I've been scratch golfer twice in my life, both as a man and as a woman, and there's more to that I have to say. I've been a surfer, a swimmer, scuba diver, and I think my dad said when I was a little kid, I was the wettest kid in the pool, which was kind of cute. I'd be swimming around under the other kids' legs, and they just couldn't stand putting their faces in the water, but I was at home in the water. I was born in the sign of water. It's there that I feel my best. It's a line from a song. I've also done yoga since 1969. I still do yoga now. It's part of who I am and what I am. It's part of my fitness and part of my spirituality. I was a computer scientist for 31 years. I got 2 degrees from UCSD, one in English American Literature and one in computer science engineering. And I got out in '86 and worked for 31 years in the field. I was fired for being transgender in 1994, but that's a whole other story which I can't get into. Look up the name J. Robert Beister. He chose me to work for him. So look up J. Robert Beister in San Diego, SAIC. I worked directly for him. He hired me. Anyway, in many of my performance reviews over the years, they mentioned that I have a high capacity for tedious work. Think about that for a minute. But it's an asset. Things that drive other people crazy, she knows. Things that drive other people crazy, I love doing. I'm a grandparent. My daughter Christina had a son named Jack, little Jack Jameson, and my very tall son-in-law, Joe Jameson. He's 6'9", so hugging him is quite an experience. Anyway, I've been a Californian since 1972. I was a Virginian before that, born in Washington, D.C., but lived in Falls Church, Virginia, in Holmes Run Acres. And as he said, I'm a musician and a performer. 21 years I've been doing this, and in April 18th, we are doing a show in Berkeley at a hippie gallery called the Art House Gallery. That's Saturday night, April 18th, 7 to 10 p.m. We'd love to have you show up. I'm allowed to plug it because Coach said I could. And I have brochures with me, and I have a QR code for anybody who wants a brochure. Please come up to me, but I'm not going to go put them out on the tables. You're not allowed. I'm a Beatles expert in 1960s and 70s music. I'm also a good cook. I'm skilled at property renovations. That's where I made most of my money. And I'm pretty good at Jeopardy. I think I could get on the show, but I don't think I would win. And if I did, I'd only last one show. But I'm going to give you parting words from my mom. She said to me before she got too old to even talk, she said, and I'll imitate my mom here, "You were a very successful man." I go, "Yes, Mom, I was." She goes, "Now you're a very successful woman. Who does that?" And in a man's world. Sorry about the last one, man. Anyway, that's my closing remarks. Thank you for your time.
So I will tell you, Janine moved here from Pacifica, and she performed at Pacifica for sold-out crowds, playing lots
15 years.
playing lots of Beatle music.
We still do it.
So I encourage you to check out her next performance. Okay, now let's welcome a new player to the team. New talent to keep our bench strong and to continue making a difference in Oakland and the world, both now and in the future. We have 2 new members today. Each will receive a Rotary pin and badge, plus a packet that includes a club directory, a copy of Rotary's 4-way test, our Rotary rulebook for business and life, a 4-way test coin, and of course a ball cap, which will be coming. Our first new member is sponsored by past President David Stein, a retired construction and real estate litigator. David, as a thank you for sponsoring a new member, I present you a Rotary 4-way test coin. And David, please welcome our next newest Rotarian.
Coach/President Joe, fellow Rotarians, and yes, it's my pleasure today to introduce our newest member, David Morgan. David grew up in Liverpool of Welsh heritage. He built and sold a business in data management and workflow, and he's now retired. 2 interesting facts. 1, the business won several Queen Awards, so David got to meet the Queen in Buckingham Palace. 2, David and his wife Carrie, who you met earlier today, both love music. David, they have a vinyl record collection of 2,000 or so albums. Please give a warm Rotary welcome to David Morgan.
Daniel, could I ask you to take a picture of us on your cell phone? Would that be okay? Thank you. David, I've got your Rotary badge and Rotary pin. David, come on up. Why don't you stand on the other side?
Where do you want me?
Yeah, over there, if that's okay. I got your
You're
Rotary.
the coach, it's okay.
I got your Rotary badge and your Rotary pin. It comes with 1.2 million Rotarians around the world and 250 new friends right here in Oakland. I know you are a superstar, and we're so honored to have you join us. Welcome to the Oakland Rotary number 3 team. David, don't hesitate to say, put me in, coach. Our second new member today is sponsored by Allison Bliss, creator of Walks with Bliss, providing business and marketing consultations through Allison Bliss Consulting. Allison, as a thank you for sponsoring a new member today, I present you a Rotary 4-way test coin. Please introduce us to our next newest Oakland Rotarian.
I will, thanks. There are 2 coaches here today, Joe. Come on up here, Darren. Darren Moore is a national board certified health and wellness coach, the highest credential in his field. He helps people get healthier from the inside out, to which I can attest personally. His company name is Between the Ears. He coaches clients on building strength, improving energy, and bouncing back after knee or hip surgery. Darren's a veteran from the Air Force as a metrologist. Who knows what that is? I didn't think so. It's the study of weights and measures. His diverse interests include playing alto sax in high school in Chicago, where he was in the marching band. He's an active tennis player, for those of you who want a fourth for social doubles. But you're just going to have to meet him to find out all the millions of other talents that he has. Please help me introduce Darren Moore.
Alice, why don't you slide over here? Welcome, Darren, or should I say Coach Darren?
Yeah.
I have some competition, and he looks a little more athletic than me.
Don't count on it.
Darren, I have your Rotary badge and your Rotary pin. It comes with 251 friends right here in Oakland and 1.2 million Rotarians around the world. We know that you are a superstar, and we're so honored to have you join us. Welcome to the Oakland Rotary number 3 team. And don't hesitate to say, put me in, coach. Welcome, Darren. So now I'd like to call up past President Seth Butner, a former local businessman and now a philanthropist, as he is going to honor one of our legends of the league. Thank you, Seth.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. My name is Seth Butner, as he said, and it's my honor to reintroduce a great Rotarian who has practiced service above self for over 30 years as a member of Oakland Rotary number 3. Let me tell you about her life and service. She grew up in San Francisco, both in Bernal Heights and the Mission District. Growing up with hippies and working class families helped shape her values as an adult and acceptance and responsibility. This Rotarian's parents divorced when she was 1 year old. She was blessed, however, that her father remained a constant in her life. He worked hard as a machinist so his children would have an opportunity to go to college. Her mom worked as a waitress and raised her brother and her as a single mom. She says her mom taught her to be strong even when she couldn't be. Sadly, her mom was a victim of abuse by her stepfather, and observing what she went through shaped many of this Rotarian's decision as an adult. At 14 years of age, while crossing the street to catch a bus, she was hit by a car, breaking her leg in 6 places and her collarbone. And then she contracted chicken pox once she came home. Bad luck there. She spent the remainder of her 8th grade year being homeschooled in a wheelchair. She knew then that she never wanted to be that woman that people pitied and that God had left her on the earth for a purpose. Her greatest inspiration was her dad. Her earliest memory is driving with him in the Mission District and him pointing out a young girl pushing a stroller and telling her, "That better not be you." Having dropped out of school at age 15 to support his family as a merchant seaman, he told her every chance he got that he worked in a factory so she didn't have to. He made it very clear she was going to Lowell High School and then on to college. Consequently, she is a product of San Francisco Public Schools, graduate waiting from Lowell High School and a graduate from San Francisco State. She was first in her family to graduate from college. She was fortunate to have incredible mentors growing up. She joined junior achievement as a sophomore in high school. Her first company was the Happy Hangover, selling aluminum hangers. She was top salesperson in a group. More importantly, the volunteers from IBM exposed her to a world outside the mission. Starting off with her love of sales and secured her first job after high school, working as for IBM at 16 years old. She completed 2 stints with them in accounting and computer sales. And after graduating from college, she was fired from her first job in accounting. She was told she wasn't cut out for accounting and should find another line of work. Undeterred, she went to work for ALS Research Center in San Francisco for the next 6 years, working for a small nonprofit. She wore many hats in finance, administration, and patient support. And she often was the first contact when families learned their loved one had a potentially fatal disease. Her most important life lesson was not to worry about the small stuff. Life is a gift, and it's important to make the most of each day. She tells me her greatest achievement, however, is raising 2 great kids as a single mom that she's incredibly proud of. They are now 38 and 41 years old. The best part of kids, of course, is grandkids, of which she has 2 grandsons, ages 17 and 20. Inspiration for successfully raising kids as a single parent was her mom, who moved in with her when the kids were 4 and 7. She always told her mom she was the best wife this Rotarian could ever have. These experiences inspired her to join Rotary in 1996 and work with Art Heck to recruit members for Project Hope and students for Camp Enterprise, and to work with the Boys and Girls Club of Contra Costa County to provide opportunities for the next generation of young people. Her sponsor, Iris Broder Lopez, almost immediately roped her into Rotary's Food and Wine Festival, a predecessor to our gala, which she volunteered and chaired on and off for many years. She served as president of Oakland Rotary number 3 in 2011 to 2012, when she started a lasting tradition of cocktails with the president. Her favorite toast is to good friends, food, friends, good wine, good times, salute. Her family, longtime customers and friends of her family, recently reopened PJ's, a local bar and restaurant in El Sobrante, featuring Italian-American fare and good drinks and company. We want to honor and remember the rich history of PJ's while building a center for our community. Once again, part of the community. She told me that in our current world of uncertainty and divisiveness, I can guarantee you that you invest in our youth, our future is in great hands. Her goal as a volunteer has always been to provide tools to our youth and get out of the way. It is with extreme pride and pleasure that I reintroduce to you Rotarian Lorna Padilla Marcus. Stand up, Lorna. Fantastic. And I'd like to ring the bell for Lorna Padilla Marcus and all she has done for Oakland Rotary and the community at large.
Go ahead, have some fun.
I'll have some fun. Anybody else? I've got Fred Morris. I don't know everybody's name. I'll have to go.
Medina. Alex Polson.
Trish Connor.
Trish Connors. Daniel.
Harold Lowe.
God. Pam Clausen. Karen Friedman. Michael
Bruck.
Ed Jellin. Barbara Berry. Stephanie Crescenza. Harold Lowe, because I forgot his name.
You did.
And
Merlin.
incoming President Merlin Edwards.
And a ring for Dave Stein. A ringing of the bell is a $100 gift donation to the Oakland Rotary Endowment. And thank you, Lorna.
And I'd like to ring the bell in honor of Seth Butler. Thank you so much for such a beautiful reintroduction. It's been my pleasure to be a part of Rotary for the last few years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Past President Seth Butner. You did a fabulous, fabulous job. Now I'd like to bring up, and Lorna, we are so privileged to have you in our club. A fellow bean counter, it's an affectionate term for CPAs, and now a restaurateur and our membership chair, and an inspiration to many of us that joined Rotary in the past. Lorna was actually led our fundraiser. What was it called? The food and wine event. It had a name. I've forgotten the name. A Taste of California. Yeah. Anyhow, Lorna, we're so pleased that you're a member of our club, and Oakland is lucky to have you. Now I'd like to bring up Cedric Titus, owner of Minuteman Press, to talk about our next business development mixer.
Hello. Papa. Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to the March Oktoberfest on the 31st of March. Bratwurst, beer, fun, and polka. Okay? So, it's going to be the 31st of March, and it's at 27th and Telegraph. Come by, enjoy, and I promised Joe I was going to be only 60 seconds, and I'm at 36. Come on out for the party. It's right on your table. Thank you.
I don't know if Cedric forgot to mention, he is graciously hosting the event at his business establishment, Minuteman Press. So please come out. He's all got the ideas for all kind of promotion items. Mugs with your face on it. I'm exaggerating, but please come. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Beers, brats, and business. Now I'd like to call up President-elect nominee Carrie Hamill, a political consultant and retired transportation executive. Her last workplace was BART, to give us an update or an advanced look at our gala, which is not too far out in the future.
Hello, generous Rotarian team members.
Mr. President, really close to the microphone, right?
Oh, okay.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Ralph. So Coach Joe has designated me as the quarterback for this year's ORE fundraiser and the Fund, Fellowship, and Future Gala. But make no mistake about it, Coach Joe is calling all the shots. So here's his plan. We're going to host a dramatic Under the Stars Gala at the former Holy Names University campus in Oakland, where we will connect, experience joy, and raise significant dollars to enhance the future for those who need it most. On a parallel track, we will ensure that our ORE account keeps growing. We will, Pam, honest. We will do this, as you all know, so that we can continue to provide those generous scholarships to students from families who've never gone to college, so that we can host premier youth development activities like the Enterprise Institute in the Redwoods, which we're going to be doing again next year, and to add computers into backpacks and classrooms all over Oakland, and so much more. The work to raise money for these two funds is well underway. If you look to your right and to your left, you will see a team member that is in the game and probably competing to be the MVP. We have 25 new ORE contributions of late, and we are at 75% of the coach's goal. We have 35 sponsors for the gala thus far, 35, and we're at 60% of the coach's goal. So if you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please let us know. That the window is narrowing because we're going to start putting our thank you materials together. So what I've learned from all of you is that the antidote to war and strife and chaos is our commitment to serving our students, our families, and our neighborhood. We will soon shine a light on all our sponsors, so please commit. Event tickets for the April 23rd Fund, Fellowship, and Future Gala will be on our website shortly. I will keep you posted on our progress. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie, would you stay up here for a minute? I have something special I want to present you. Carrie, in recognition of your service above self efforts in chairing the Gala Committee again this year, I think it's your fourth time?
Yeah.
Fourth time. For serving on the Oakland Rotary Club board, providing level-headed suggestions and recommendations to keep our club exceptional and on track. For caring so much about this club, to step up and step in to roles as needed when no one else will. I present you a Rotary on the Run medal.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I saw some cake when I wandered in, and we had a couple cakes last month, but I think we'll celebrate our February and March birthdays at this meeting. So if you have a birthday in February or March, if you would please stand. You know, I think I'm going to honor Merlin, even though his birthday's in March, with the honor of wearing the birthday cap. Because I don't think we could do it next year. This is my general manager and our president-elect, Merlin Edwards. And let's all sing happy birthday to our Rotarians with birthdays in March and February. Oh my God, that's pretty sad. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Rotary is all about providing opportunities, both service and fellowship and fun. This Saturday, you have an opportunity, Saturday, March 8th. There's a bird walk for beginners. You're going to meet at CJ and David's home, CJ's out there too, in Alameda, to walk the incredible Elsie Romer Bird Sanctuary, which is nearby, led by our bird guide extraordinaire, Randy Arnold. Starts at 9 a.m. reach out to CJ and Randy and let them know if you want to join in. And now I'm going to bring back David Stein to introduce our speaker.
President Joe, fellow Rotarians and guests, it's my honor today to introduce Isabel Duran. She is a board member of CIRM, the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine. Ms. Duran's journey as a cancer patient advocate and not-for-profit agency builder began when she was diagnosed with cancer in 1999. In addition to being a CIRM board member, Ms. Duran is the founder and executive director of the Latino Cancer Institute, which amplifies Latino voices about the cancer burden to drive policy to improve health outcomes and diminish disproportionate Latino cancer mortality. Her work with CIRM included ensuring that the COVID clinical trial proposals included a plan for recruiting a proportionate number of racial and ethnic minorities. The expansion of diversity, equity, and inclusion has since been incorporated into the majority of requests for proposals funded by CIRM. Ms. Duran was also a journalist and TV news anchor for more than 43 years, winning numerous awards, including 2 Emmys. In 2019, she received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the International Women's Media Foundation, which she helped found 30 years earlier to put women's voices front and center in covering the news. Ms. Duran has served on many state and national organizations relating to advancing medical research. President Biden appointed her to the National Cancer Advisory Board, where she serves as one of the few patient advocates on the board. She is also published co-author of over 10 research papers. Ms. Duran is here today to share the story of the California Institute of Regenerative Medicine, what it is, what it does, the positive impact CIRM has had on patients and communities. Her early mantra when she launched Latinos Contra Cancer was, "Talking about cancer won't kill us, silence will." Please give a warm Rotary welcome to Isabel Duran.
Is that good?
We'll see. I'm sure they'll let me know. Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you all. Nice to be back in Oakland. Can I ask my guru back in the back, are the slides up? Okay, I can't see them. Okay, very good, thank you. Thanks for inviting us here, that is CIRM, to talk about stem cells and gene therapy, a really light luncheon topic, don't you think? But give me a minute or two to reminisce and try to connect some of the dots between our own lived experiences over time and experiences that intersect the evolution and the revolution of science and technology. Next slide, please. I was told I might have to dance the jarabe tapatio here to get these slides going. Have we got the next slide? Next slide.
There we go. Can you
Okay.
see them now?
Yeah.
Good. Up here is good? Or?
Yeah, this is fine. I hope everybody else can see them. So let's go back over 50 years. One of my earliest starts in television was down the street at KTVU, which has now moved across the bay there, but in Jack London Square back in the 70s, when a McDonald's hamburger was 20 cents, federal minimum wage was $1.70, and the only sign of a computer was a business model being pushed out for business. Here you can see it there on the side, the Xerox Alto, which inspired Jobs and Wozniak's first personal Apple computer programs. Now, during that decade, I won my first Emmy covering the Patty Hearst kidnap, some of you might remember. The Hearst newspaper heiress snatched from her UC Berkeley apartment. It was about as famous as the Lindbergh baby kidnap, with bank robbery, murder, a renegade band of homegrown, self-proclaimed justice kidnappers, a multi-million-dollar free food giveaway program, and an LA police shootout with Sin Q and the so-called Symbionese Liberation Army, which we all witnessed live on television. Those kinds of live shots were a big technological leap forward in television news coverage. That was the 70s decade when I experienced over 3 evolutions of TV news technology. We used to do processing film gone, followed by 3/4-inch tape technology by smaller and smaller technology. And during the Hearst kidnap saga in 1974, a switch to the live shots I talked about, some of the first in local news from the scene on the ground back to the TV studio. 4 years later, and across the bay, I did some of live reporting in outside San Francisco City Hall during the aftermath of the Moscone milk assassinations. And so we went from handheld to walkie-talkie radios to gigantic handheld mobile phones. You could see them, well, they were supposed to be in the picture there. That's what the slides are for. From typewriter and paper records to the internet and Google. And now all of us, of course, bombarded constantly with the emails on our palm-sized advanced touchscreen-enabled devices on smartphones, which some of us wish we could throw in the bay. Big bursts of ideas that have seen our ability to communicate, to bolster revolution, think about Arab Spring, to talk in real time from space and take civilians to space. All of this in the past half century. Somebody imagined and dared to make it happen. I'm thinking of the Oakland Rotary Club, the third oldest in the world, started by a couple of dozen entrepreneurial Oakland businessmen in 1908. This is your history. Fashioning themselves after a group across the bay in San Francisco who took a nod from the first Rotary in Chicago. The founders, your founders, invested time and treasure into an idea that not only promised to bolster Oakland business, but over time included a commitment to civic and good works with an ever-evolving mission to meet the times and the communities you serve. Next slide, please. That sounds a bit like CIRM, the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine, which is not actually an old institution, but an agency fashioned by the dreams and the bold moves of a group of men and women dedicated and determined to bring life-saving cures to the California public, cures or leaps forward in science and treatment that are making a difference in the lives of children like Ronnie. He was born in the Sacramento Valley with a rare, life-threatening genetic immune disorder that occurs almost exclusively in males, mutations in a certain gene that prevents the body from producing essential immune cells that leave infants highly susceptible to severe recurrent infections. Ronnie's diagnosis, of course, came with only one message to his parents: his future uncertain, because no cure existed. Next slide, please. But thanks to the investment in a clinical trial at UCSF funded by CIRM, 6-month-old Ronnie was enrolled, and as of 2024, he is doing well, full of energy, curiosity, and fun. That outcome was not by chance, but the result of choices, the belief that we can do more and faster for those who need it most. These challenges are a big lift because there are many kids like Ronnie and adults facing uncertain futures due to rare diseases or advanced and complex cancers, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, ALS, or other neurodegenerative diseases for which CIRM recently allocated a big chunk of change, over $1.5 billion for research and treatment development. We're all anxious to find answers to those illnesses that devastate a lot of our families, to track down the underlying factors that drive autism, or like the schizophrenia that my 77-year-old brother has lived with since he was 19 years old, on and off a series of drugs. Involvement in research and time made that difference, and yet we all long for that cure, for a day when my brother can experience what normal feels like, unlike when he was 20 years old and said to me, "Isabel, I'm broken and I can't be fixed." Next slide, please. It says, cures don't happen by chance, they are choice. So our slides are all screwed up, but I'll keep on going. That is what CIRM is all about. Whatever happens, we keep going. So we keep hoping and praying and asking for answers like the one that is giving Ronnie that promise of a normal life. That outcome was not by chance, but the result of choices, the belief that we can do more and faster for those who need it most. I never forget, thanks to the California taxpayer who chose to pay for the development of scientific discoveries that oftentimes sound like science fiction. regenerative medicine. Next, please. A unique promise from Californians. There you go. CIRM is a state agency created by voters in 2004 and renewed in 2020. Hopefully some of you voted. Hopefully all of you voted. Overall, Californians authorized $8 billion in funding to develop therapies for serious diseases, both rare and common. Imagine those early founders of the Rotary Club trying to convince local businessmen to band together for their greater good. While there are wonderful scientists across the state, many of them brilliant, dreaming of the day that they can turn their big ideas into treatments and maybe one day a cure, and asking you to believe that your investment was wise. Just as the Oakland Rotary, year by year, decade by decade, incrementally built itself into a robust business and civic organization addressing community needs. CIRM, over time, measures impact by fits and starts, leaps and bounds. Next slide, please. Our mission is clear: accelerate world-class science to deliver promising care, excuse me, transformative treatments equitably for California and beyond. We help speed breakthroughs into real therapies and work to ensure that they are within reach of everyone in California who can benefit from them. At least, that is our dream. So imagine here, Adrian Shapiro, impacted by the disease of sickle cell. You know that this is a major disease in the African American community. About 90% of sickle cell is amongst African Americans. Her daughter was born with the disease, which has particularly impacted her life. When genetic mutations in blood cells wreak havoc, cause agonizing pain, they clog and they reduce blood flow, putting people in hospitals for days. The good news, CIRM and others are making big strides over this life-debilitating disease. The bad news is it's very expensive, something we still have to deal with. The third figure is Julia Kane. She's a CIRM-funded scientist at Gladstone Institutes. She has a grant to develop what we call iPSCs. These are a certain type of stem cell. She's looking at people with ALS and trying to learn more about the disease. The idea of these stem cells is to enable organisms to grow, develop, and replenish tissue lost to injury, disease, and a natural attrition. In regenerative medicine, researchers use stem cells to study diseases, to test drugs in labs without involving humans or animals, and in limited cases, as in treatments for patients. So ALS, think Lou Gehrig's disease. Think about the destruction of nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, causing loss of voluntary muscle control. Average survival, 2 to 5 years. Recently, the actor Eric Danes just died. He was 53. We lost Stephen Hawking, a brilliant mind who actually lasted for 50 years living with the disease. Singer Roberta Flack also died in 2025. A third figure here on your very last is Esmeralda Ruiz Garcia. She participated in the CIRM-funded Bridges program at California State University. Excellent way for us to grow new science and new scientists. She's now in an engineering PhD at UC Riverside. Next, please. And I talk a little about bridges, but let me step back and get to the basics. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even really thorough on stem cells and on gene therapy, sorry. It's a heavy-duty explanation, and it requires some really heavy-duty scientists up here. But I'm a journalist by training, and I sit on the board, as you heard, as a patient advocate representing the cancer sector, because I both survived it and I also created nonprofits to try to help underserved Latino communities to be able to reach towards and get this advanced kind of training. So it is very critical for me to sit on the board and to remind people that this should serve all Californians and not just certain groups, particularly those who can afford it. Bottom line, regenerative medicine fixes the root cause of disease. Cell therapy replaces damaged cells with healthy ones. Gene therapy corrects instructions inside cells. Gene-modified cell therapy is a combination of the two. Take osteoarthritis. How many folks in here have arthritis? You believe it or not, there are 100 types of arthritis. But osteoarthritis is the most common, and about 33 million people in this country have it. It causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, usually in the hands, hips, back, or knees. I was just recently diagnosed with moderate, but explains some of the reason why the spring in my step is not so springy anymore. Basically, over time, the spongy element that is the cartilage between your bones gets used up. The aches and pains begin. Now, lifestyle changes, exercise, weight loss, and pain relief methods can help. But scientists are looking at both stem cell and gene therapy modification, seeing if they can take these particular cells from bone marrow or fat to reduce that pain and improve joint function by using this fat, injecting it into the joints and aiming to promote this cartilage healing. In gene therapy, this approach focuses on molecular level disease-modifying treatments by introducing genes to stop cartilage degradation. All still very experimental, but imagine the pain and the cost averted for millions of patients around the globe if ultimately CIRM scientists find the cures. Next slide, please. Clinical trials testing regenerative medicine therapies are how Ronnie, born with an immune disorder, can now climb aboard a tractor without fear of infection. How Annette, whose decades-long epilepsy is now controlled after a single treatment. How Brian, a Navy pilot, went from, in his words, alive but not living to flying high. This is how Californians' commitment to CIRM is building the future of medicine and changing lives. Next slide, please. So we're doing it 4 ways, trying to change those lives. Next slide, please. First, CIRM moves scientific discoveries from the lab to patients faster. We funded over 14,000, next please, because I have some data on there. Let's see if that's it. Nope, that's not it. We funded over 1,400 projects, there you are, thank you, and 115 clinical trials across 80 diseases. More than 50 children, sounds like too little, but a lot for their parents. More than 50 children have been cured through CIRM-supported clinical trials. Adults with chronic debilitating conditions that made it hard. 2 minutes. Okay, now that's a miracle. Through CIRM-supported clinical trials and with chronic debilitating diseases that we are attempting to address. Could you go up a couple of slides? I want to show folks here in the East Bay. It looks like you're going backwards. Next one, right there. This is what's happening in the East Bay. All of these companies engaged, they're the biotech or startups, and they've received funding from us. Next, please. These are schools that are engaged with us in our various programs for high school students. The Bridges program, Sparks program, the Sparks program is for the high school students. The Bridges program is for undergrad students through a wonderful program at Berkeley City College. And over at UC, master's and PhD students are pursuing their interest in the field at UC Berkeley. So we try to not only work with the scientists, but we try to work with the scientists and the new startup companies and the industry for the future. This is a long investment we have to make. We are possibly one of the few in the world that has been committed to this for quite a while. Even the federal government waxes and wanes on its support of stem cell and gene therapies. So California is leading the way. And we hope that when you hear about it, and you hear people saying, well, it's not quite giving us what we need, it's taking too long, it costs too much. Remember, all things took a long time, invested a lot of money to make it happen. And yes, we would like it for yesterday. So for instance, for my brother, I doubt he will see the cures that he could use, that I would love for him to have. But I think that we all want for something for the future that we can believe in and dream in. And while it's a super, what I call awesome science, that leaves me disappointed sometimes. I think we all can invest in the belief and the hope and the dreams. Someday this will help somebody in our family, if not yesterday or today, maybe tomorrow. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Isabel. Appreciate you giving us some background on this exciting new field. Maybe there's hope for a long life for all of us.
Do we really want that?
Well, that's another question. We have time for a few questions if you would
absolutely.
take them. Do we have some questions for Isabel? Lorna?
No, wait. It's a
He's
big
getting
room,
his
takes a
exercise,
while.
working on those aches and pains.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your remarks today. You know, my brother-in-law was actually the beneficiary of stem cell replacement therapy at Stanford Hospital and is doing well today. So thank you for the work. My question is, for those of, you talked about being a patient advocate. So for a working class family that may not have the resources or may not have medical insurance, that's facing, family members with certain diseases that would benefit from this therapy, what resources, are there state website resources, what resources might they look to be able to access the kind of replacement stem cell therapy you mentioned?
Well, this is one of the reasons why I'm trying to have us go out and first raise awareness that these things exist. Oftentimes people don't access them because they don't know they're there. But we are working on a couple of different areas, including centers of excellence, in which we will try to reach out across California through different institutions and healthcare providers to get people aware of this kind of service, and also to bring them into clinical trials, because possibly with your own experience, it's not just, hey, show up and we're going to give you a shot and you're going to get well. Oftentimes what we're doing is engaging patients in clinical trials, and to your point, there are many who, because perhaps they think I can't afford it, they worry about a $20 copay at the hospital. Truly, it is very expensive, and our goal as patient advocates was to make sure that our families too, our relatives, our communities, were also going to be able to access what is very, 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 very expensive science. We know this, but our hope is that if we can get some answers, eventually they can be packaged in such a way that they are accessible as more people use them. Unfortunately, sometimes, it's a disease, what they call rare. 1 in 10 people in the world have it. And yet somebody wants a cure for their loved one, right? So, and you can imagine the expense for that, and a lot of pharma will not invest in that because it just doesn't have that big payoff. So we as consumers, we as advocates, we as patients, we as caregivers have to have some skin in the game to try to convince all of these different groups, including payers, that they too need to support, research. They need to support patients to be in these clinical trials so we can get to these discoveries faster and hopefully bring down the costs sooner. But go to the website if you're looking for the clinical trials, because we'll be able to offer you some kinds of guidance there. But hopefully, just get the word out more and more and more and more, which is why I decided I better come here. Any other questions?
I have a question for you, and this may be thinking too far in the future, but you mentioned that damaged cells can be repaired. Mm-hmm. Is there a chance that someday in the future, if you have a heart disease or your kidney, that they could put cells in to repair your heart or your kidney?
Well, they're already doing those sorts of things. They have this thing called CRISPR, which actually came out of UC Berkeley. A woman started using that. I think about it as an editing machine. I think about it from the TV aspect, where we would go in and cut out a piece of film because it was bad, and then, we would glue the rest of the ends together, and still it would look good. And CRISPR is one of those major discoveries that has been with us for at least a decade, but is still not considered foolproof. But yes, these are the things that the scientists are testing and trying all the time. Can we edit out something bad and replace it with something good? Or can we fix what's already there? These are Exactly that. And there are actually a lot of things in clinical trials now. So it's not that they're so far away. It is that we need mass to prove that it works. And of course, we need those investments. We need the bio companies to put them out there, to test them, to build them. And so it takes a village to get it done. But yes, all of that is being imagined. It is being tested. It is being tried. So yes, for some of our lifetimes, maybe not. But certainly I think in the next 25 years, we're going to have a ton of, we'll reap a lot of rewards from STEM and gene therapy.
Thank you, Isabel.
Let me mention Dita Desai, she's our chief program officer there. She loves to go out and talk to people about this. If you want to hear any more, you want to learn any more, be sure to contact CERM and ask for Adita, because she's really our link to the community. And so thank you, Adita, for doing that. Stand on up.
Thank you for joining us, Dita. Isabel, in recognition of your presentation.
You're not going to make me wear a funny hat, are you?
No, unless you want to.
No, I don't think so.
Is your birthday?
Hat's not a good, not
Is
a
it
good
your
look.
birthday today?
No, I'm an April person, so I'll come back for April.
In appreciation of your presentation today, we made a donation to Polio Plus.
Oh, thank you very
So
much.
please know that you are participating in eradicating polio from the world. It's Rotary's signature project. In over 3 decades, we've reduced reported polio cases by 99.9%. Polio remains in only 2 war-torn countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Wow.
And we will eradicate polio because we are this close. And I also have a Rotary 4-way test coin for you to remember us by. The 4-way test is kind of our rule book for our business and personal life. So thank you so much for being with us
It's
today.
lovely to be here with you. Thank you.
I think you might have grabbed up my...
Did I take your stuff? Yeah. Oh, you need some memory pills?
Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to ask David and Allison and Darren to head to the back of the room so that Rotarians can greet you on the way out. Janine, did I say it right? Janine? Janine? So to everyone that helped arrange this meeting, I say thank you. You are a superstar. Please know you can help by cleaning your table or paying your bell ringer on the way out with Jesse or Julie. Julie's waving back there. And with that, I want to leave you with, through Rotary, peaceful...
Joe. What's happening?
Yes.
What's happening next week?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's going to happen next week?
Oh
Joe?
my gosh. Before we end the meeting, I'd like to welcome Wendy Howard. Wendy Howard is a lifelong Rotarian, having grown up in a Rotary family, and occasionally an international tour guide, and I think the best Rotary tour guide in the world. Wendy, what is our program next week?
Folks, imagine if you were a student at a flagship university and your friend points to you and says, someday you're going to run this campus. I invite you to come and meet the 12th Chancellor of the University of California at Berkeley, Rich Lyons, next week. He brings a profound love and regard for this university. He will share his vision for Berkeley campus that centers on innovation and entrepreneurship, new programs to bridge divides of perspective and belief, and a quest for financial independence through the development of new and novel revenue streams. Bring a guest, go Bears.
Thank you, Wendy. You know, I mentioned Rotary provides opportunities. Last Saturday, a number of Rotarians planted trees in front of the West Oakland Library. I thanked them. Last Monday, a select few Rotarians helped kick off our district grant at Children's Fairyland. Alex was one of them. I happen to be one of them. Thank you, Alex. So please take advantage of those opportunities. And with that, I'd like to leave you with, through Rotary, world peace will come someday, and we will end polio too. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you all for joining us.
So did the